Good morning. This is the last day of 2025. Happy New Year's, December 31st. It's 9 in the morning, and might as well get this out the way. And now that we're at the official day last year, we can give the awards for all the wrestling, man. It ain't even wrestling. Let's get our awards out. All right, let's start with Superstar of the Year for the male side. I pick Femi. Over mainly because he's been the champion from the start of the year, and he ended the year as a champ. I don't know if you can say that. He started as a champ. He was champion. I think the last day, one of the last days of 2024, maybe, or early days of 2025, whatever the case. But he started the year as a champ. He was a champion through September. No Mercy. He lost to Ricky Saints, or Stars, what you want to call him. Then he got it back just a couple weeks ago at Deadline. So, good. And they opened the show, which they made some history, which makes sense because, but at the same time, makes sense that they had the Iron Survivor win at the main event so we can, get a little tease. But either way, Femi, he has an end. He first Cody Rhodes. I know Drew McIntyre ruined that match. He got in the mix and ruined it, but hey, first with the champion, the head champ. So, over here. So, and we got the head nod on national television. See? Seen two brothers on wrestling television. I didn't even say that, but either way. Over wins for Superstar Man of the Year. A couple of the nominees are Hangman. I threw in CM Punk in the mix. Seth, he's in the conversation. Mox, conversation. Those are the guys I had in that conversation. Okada too, somewhere. All right, Superstar of the Year for female side. We're gonna go, of course, my baby Mercedes Moné. She's been traveling all the daggone world. The entire all the place. Now I know a lot of them are not big promotions, but they give it a little exposure to what she has, because she has at least her name her name, and now she has her full name official, and she's trying to market herself more as a superstar. And we can see all the country. And going to Poland and all them little other countries, Austria. Yeah, that's a lot of travel time, so we'll give it to her. Cause it's my baby, let's get it. And she won, and she was the TBS champion from the beginning of the year to the end of this year. Depending on what happens tonight at the last show of the year for AEW, which is New Year's Eve. Not evil, but New Year's, whatever. Either way, so we'll see if that happens tonight. But I'm confident she can beat Willow, but you never know. It could flex all over the place. Flex. All right, let's go to the next award. Breakout of the Year, male. We'll go with Dom Dirty Ass, because there was no way last year I could see him being a single champion. I'll be honest. There was not 2024. I would not believe in my heart of hearts. And it just surprised me. He won the IC title from Braun, Penta, and Finn in that 4-way and pinned his mans. That's kind of odd, too. And they're still in the group together, which they still have. They teased it like a god amount of times that they can break up or whatever, but no trigger pulled ever since that. So I guess they'll just be a crew together. And he pinned Cena. So, and he was the last victory seen on his pay-per-view thing. So, he had a good year, great year. Breakout for the females, I'll go with Sol Ruka. Like, from where she started, I was kind of growing her in late 2024, but I saw the vision a little bit, but I didn't see all of it. But then this year, she really broke out. She was a double champion. I know it's a speed championship, it's like, that was a Twitter title. But still, you still a champ. If she didn't lose it, she ain't get pinned. Either or. No, like she had Kazaria had to defend it for her, and she failed miserably. And then in the rematch, the girl threw in the freaking towel. I'm like, what the fuck? So she didn't really lose it in the way like traditional, like pin or submitted, or even a stipulation match. She lost it in weird circumstances, which. And then she ended the year with facing Bayley at Saturday Main Event, and it seemed like she might be coming up soon. I would not be surprised she made her debut at the Rumble, so I could see that happening for sure. So Ruka, break out for the ladies. Rookie of the Year for the men, I'm going to say Javon Evans, because like from a guy who wasn't there, who was kind of getting his own last year, who's trying to get feel, he really coming to his own with the young OG thing, and he's got the crowd lit. That boy is bouncy. He's starting to get a little shine, and he's getting on TV. So yeah, he's getting some steam, and they're trying to bring out the main roster. He's a free agent. I'm like, free agent? Nice. Okay, so we'll see what the young boy got coming next year. See if we get some gold around himself. Rookie year for the females, it's a little tough because I was barely going through Megan Babe, and I do more research. So I seen it before somewhere else, like by accident. I was like, okay. So I had to think somebody new. I was like, I had to think real hard and deep, and I was like, you know what? I'll go Kendall Gray, because we ain't know the broad last year, 24. She's probably evolved in whatever. Well, evolved AA. So either way, but she was doing whatever. We see her on TV, and she beat Callie Armstrong. She became Evolved Women's Champion, then broke out even more with the Iron Survivor, winning that. Now she got to do with Jason Jane this week for the title. So she's got a lot coming up for her. She could possibly knock off Jason Jane. Who knows? We'll see. So we gave her that award. We didn't know her last year. Now we know her name a little bit, and we could see if she can explore that even further. Match of the year for the male side. There was a couple that was close, but I give the one Hangman and Moxley for the World Championship, because when you see that title, that briefcase for about 9 months, the whole pregnancy, and Hangman, we hung that boy Moxley up, and Moxley was panicking, scrambling, trying to find where he can maneuver out of that thing, that hook, whatever. And he said, F, I can't do it. And then taps. And I went ballistic too. I was like, yes. And we all, lit. So it was a lit moment. There was a couple other, Hangman and Ospreay, that was also in my mix. That triple threat ladder match from TLC. Not on TLC. That TLC ladder match, SmackDown. Why was this at WrestleMania? It's still mind-boggling to me, but that's a different topic for a different day. Weird, but whatever. But those are the top three to me. Those are like top notch. Anyway, for the ladies' side, the three we had women's WrestleMania was the standout here. Io, Bianca, and Rhea. And we have not seen the ESC ever since. And that makes me sad. But at least she went out with a banger. And how the hell her fingers still messed up? That's that adrenaline thing. I don't fucking know. But hopefully she can get that fixed in a month. And we can see her at the Rumble. Let's see. We'll see how that goes. A couple other words. Tony and Mariah at Revolution. That was like right. That was like the top two. I was battling between them two. I was like juggling two things at the same time. Like which one I could choose. It was like three-way or that lovely massacre. It was cinema. But either one of those two. So, but I chose three-way because it was lit. Next category, we had Best in the Mic / Made Me Laugh this year. I only got one for the dudes. Christian Cage. He's been freaking making me laugh. The father gimmick. And then Edge accepting that that's my boy. He's an asshole, but he's my asshole. And I don't like it. He's like, these sick freaks. He likes the father stuff. And that always makes me laugh. For the ladies, I get 3 awards. I'll get 3 shout-outs. Tony Totten. She always makes me laugh. She's been making me laugh since this year, since last she turned timeless. So we give her. Naomi, when she turned heel and started acting berserk crazy, oh my gosh, she had me laughing every single week. Every time she's on the screen. Telling Stephanie Velcro. And then so the last pro before she got pregnant, she was like, I'm gonna stick them horns in your ass and you walking around with a limp. And she intimidated the limp. Yo, that was heavy. I was like, hey, yo. Hey, yo, that Monaco lab, yo, man, it's kind of shit. She'd have been my superstar if she proceeded with caution, but, you know. I can't blame Jim. I do the same thing. I ain't proceed with caution either. No, yeah. But congrats to them and whatever. Anyway, and the last one we'll give is Chelsea Green. And she got the carrot gimmick and it's so funny. So, but she always makes me laugh. She with her timing and effort, emotions, and then when I tell too, that helps. So yeah. So those three girls will be those four can share this award for Mike of the Year, whatever. All right, looking forward to the next year on both genders, both brothers and sisters. For the female side, Kehlani Jordan. I want to see how she can explore as a heel character because people are not trying to take it seriously. She need to do something very dastardly to get the people to hate her, abhor her, get her heat, not no cheap heat, real heat, like I hate this bra type of heat. I know she cute, but we need to find that edge, that ruthless aggression, that maniacality that she can have. I can see it in that pose, I can see it in that face, I can see it. We just need to pull it out of her. If we can pull it out of her, I think she can be breakout heel of the year, but we'll see. And looking forward to see from the male side, Trick Williams. Because that man star went over. If they don't know how to push him, the allegations are going to get even more heavier on those, man. Triple H, the game, the P. Diddy Pro Wrestling. They're going to be heavy. We're going to look at you with the real side eye, like. Even more than we in that DX segment, but that's a different story. Moment of the year, seen a heel turn, not even close. I was like, I ain't think it was ever gonna happen, and then it happened. It was like cinema. After that, it was just utter ugh. The follow was just ugh, but when the moment happened, it was like holy ish. Hell, we even got a reaction on the round table when everything was all copacetic. When everything was copacetic in the year. You did live stream and you did a reaction to Cena Hilton. They called my reaction. I was like, oh no. It was like a tragedy, but Next award is Tag Team of the Year. I'm not gonna lie, this year Tag Team Wrestling was kind of weak. I mean, there was makeshift teams, and it was like, it wasn't really teams that really stood out consistently. It was like a few. FTR. I think I gave them the award because they was like the most consistent of all the teams. I've had a few nominees or honorable mentions. Hank and Tank, they really came out this year building stuff as a really good tag team. Brodito, we can throw them in the mix. Out of nowhere tag team that we didn't think anything, but once they after 4 matches they went tag titles to Slit, so we gotta give credit. We gotta give knowledge to the judging thing, mainly for Raquel. She be carrying the goddamn on tag teams. Roxy, Liv, versatile. We can give her credit, and I think that's about it. So, though, tag team wrestling was not that deep this year. It was a little here and there, but not really. Biggest fall of the year. We have 3 nominees. And 2 of them breaks my heart, and the last one is just shake my head. The one that biggest falls, R-Truth. The man don't even make me laugh no more. He half made me laugh this past Friday with the bunny, but I was like, Negro. From where he was at in the summer to where he's at now is night and week. Yes, night and week. It's a whole different season. Like, literally a whole weather season, because he was hot in the summer, or it's like late spring, hot early. He's getting hot, and then once he signed that contract, it was like, we got you, Negro. Back down to the Connie Low Carter that you are. Like, what's one come his hair? What's one go after John Cena? And then once he reverts back to Cena, he goes back to the same version? You had so much you could have done with that. Could have played into it. And then the kicker, the absolute kicker of it all. That's not the bottom. You had this brother put his phone in a toaster. A toaster. This man's been using toasters since he was a kid, and he put his telephono device in a toaster. A toaster. If that ain't left 10 level cooning, I don't know what it is. That made me so. I was just like, bro, this brother been using toasters since a kid. How does he put that thing in the toaster? And don't look at it like, it's gonna come out. Like, are you? Let's move on. The other fall off. The New Day. At the end of 2024, they freaking been listening to my episode and said, damn it, this brother made us heel. Let's go heel. And I'm thinking, okay, they're going to go on a Gray's Hill run. It started out okay. But the execution after that just kept taking long and long and long and long and long. They finally win the tag titles at WrestleMania, but it was long and long. They ain't do much with them joints. And then they lose them, and then they're all in funeral mode for the rest of the year. I'm like, okay, this gotta lead to something. What does it lead to? Grayson Waller joining. Why? I don't know. We don't even know why. I don't know why he's even part of the group. What is his role with the group? Is he there just to make them look better? How did they get involved? Because he was last time we seen Waller, he's with Theory. How did they not break? How did they not, have a conclusion? Why does he get to join? Did he do initiation mix? Did he do a trial run? What did he do that make him join the New Day? What did he do significantly? Did he go through a test? They did no tests. They just said, "Oh, just join the New Day, just because you have a G in your name. We need another guy." Like, what kind of shit is that? What kind of BS is that? So they just pissed me off because I met Kobe and my guys since way back in the day. Zay's been growing on me lately, because he's been going with Biggie and Kofi. And I wish Big E would come back. I think that's why they really cooled that off, because they realized we can't have Big E get in the ring for a good long while. I don't know what's up with his neck issues. But, I think that's probably why they abandoned that, which is stupid. Maniacally stupid. Those two could get you some heat, but they're like, oh, we'll just roast your parents or whatever. Yeah, we're gonna troll you with your parents, say they can't make the show, tell that your kids abandoned you at school, all that stuff. Like, get out of my face. Alright, and the last one, Tegan Knox. I like this girl when she's back at WCPW, and then she didn't do much on the main roster, but it was bad luck. Her knees were just shot. She had like 3 ACL tears in 4 years. Good grief. Her knees are cooked. But then she got released. I was like, all right, well, let's see what you can do. You can go back to Nixon Newell. And she did go back to Nixon Newell. But then she had her girl, Miranda Alizé. They tried to get the AEW. They was getting some work in the AEW. We seen them one match. And then next time we see them, they said, we'll replace because we don't think 3 minutes is adequate for us. And I just looked at her like, what? This like, hold on, sweetheart. I'm like, sweetheart. Ask Eric Bischoff, Rosie, and Jamal about 3 minutes, and they can give you the hot lesbian action. So, yeah. So if they can get done in 3 minutes, god dog it, you can get in 3 minutes too. So, but I should retire too, which I think, well, retire on your own pace. So look at that. Promotion of the year, we gave that to AEW. Their pay-per-view's been merely the standard. I know they be long as fuck. I know they be long as F. And I bought a couple and they are long as F. But luckily for me, I got my plug. And I don't got paid jack dilly squat. And been pining in the last few weeks. But anyway, hey, look like they can build to their matches. I know it'd be kind of sometimes, cause you be like, huh? But at least they give you a lot of superstars they can show their talent and you can get into. And they build up new young stars, new young talent. They ain't just using the same old WWE guys. They're actually trying to build new girls or new guys. They're trying to build their own. So I can give credit where that is. I don't really do this, but I guess Book of the Year, I guess HBK, because, you know, he be having brothers on this, brothers and sisters. They can shine out and they can do, their pay-per-views are many consistently good, most parts. I think only one pay-per-view was kind of and I think it was that No Mercy, one of them pay-per-views. I don't know. One of them late summer pay-per-views, late year pay-per-views was not that alright. But everything else was pretty well. And I'm at the Avengers Day, so got that. Comments of the year, Booker T, and it's not even close. I'll give some honorable mentions to I've been liking the Fickle Man on commentary. Nigel's alright, he's cool, he's always good. Taz, he's always been dynamite, he's always cool. Grace, he's solid. I can rock with Grace. He has his funny moments. He made me laugh every once in a while. And I think that's really it. Everybody else is kind of dry. I ain't gonna lie. Cole, he's alright. I've been hearing him for too long. I don't think he's a go, but I don't think he should get hated as much as he is. But he's solid at his job. But his rhythm on that thing, his rhythm is lethargic. Just stop yeeting. Stop that. Just please stop. I see you trying. Please stop. And don't even get me started on that. Started Tony. Tony's Ronnie's actually cool. I say, this is great. AEW's on fire. This pay-per-view is dynamite. Like, yo, Tony, we just started this pay-per-view. With 3 matches in this pay-per-view. Calm down. Calm your tits. Just calm it down. So Booker T is by far the most hilarious one, consistent, and he can say what that Daniel whenever he wants. And be like, we on the couch. Nah, he ain't. He Gucci. Shock of the year. There was several that shocked me. Several socket ones. Like, especially come recently. But we'll give Maxine defeating Becky Lynch. I was really shocked. I know AJ Lee was there and distracted, but I would never expected that like 2 years ago. Like, what? Cora Jade, before she got released, pinning Bailey. I was like, that's random as hell. And then JD McDonough pinning Sheamus. I was like, huh? That was really close. I was like, that was like my second. I was like, between that two and this, the winner is JC Jane defeating Stephanie Vaquera, because JC Jane early this year was looked at as like an extra. Like, she was a third girl at Toxic Trash. She was semi the third girl at Fatal Influence, but she kind of had to leave a Fallon. But I did not expect her to win that NXT Women's Championship. She got some help from the ladies. But it played into their team role and played in the story, and then it shocked me when I saw it. I was like, hell no. I was at the beginning of NXT. And I went on Twitter by accident and saw that. I was like, hell no, I gotta see this. And I went all the way to the end, and I saw it. I just shot. And then I went back to the beginning. I was like, let me get back to where I was watching. And then I sat and watched it again. I was like, wow. I didn't expect that. So we'll give JCJ a little credit on that one. All right, this is new. It's personal. These next two. New crush of the year. I'm not gonna lie. Tiffany Stratton. I didn't really see the vision at first, and I was like, you know what? I see a little more and more now. So we'll give her the nod. And new male come up who I can add to my top 10 list or whatever, and can replace the guys that are no longer active. Kyle Fletcher. We can throw him in there. And yeah, we can throw him in the mix. Cause yeah, he's been coming on this year. He break out on his own way. He's actually Danny, my second breakout winner from behind Dom, but you know, we'll add to this list because, you know, we'll give him this nod. Worst male rest of the year. Kip Sabian. Because what does he do? What is his role? Is he just babysits people? Because he was babysitting Nick Wayne. He was babysitting Luchasaurus. He was being babysat by Christian Cage. So is he just want to just sit around and be a sitter? That's all? You just want to be a sitter? I don't think you want to be a sitter. You don't. The only good contribution you got Penelope Ford. And I think it's that accent that got you broke. So we'll see. And the worst female wrestler, Nikki Cross. And I'm thinking, and this came to my man, because I was like, how does Vince book Nikki Cross better than Triple H? And I say this because I used to watch NXT back go, and I mean NXT back in the day, like when she was around. The only thing that she did was in that Allison segment when she revealed who hit Alistair with the car. That was the only thing I kind of actually remember her from NXT that entire stretch. The only other time I remember her in WWE was when she was Alexa Bliss, had a lot of success with her, 2 tag titles. And then she became a superhero, almost a superhero, Nikki ASH, and won Money in the Bank and the women's title. I would have never thought that happened. I would have never thought that a spandex superhero uniform could get this girl over. And I was with it. I actually was with it. I was like, you know what? I see the vision. And the vision was great. And it could have been even brighter, but, you know, they was like, let's in a month. And then when Triple H took over, she dropped the title, the 24/7 title in that trash can. And then she's been this Sister Abigail girl ever since. I was like, she could do so much more than just stand around, be all ominous and monstrous. Like she could do more than that. She can do. I don't know why the heck Triple H ain't trying to get her in the ring to wrestle, which is weird. It's freaking weird. But that's weird that he's as under Vince, she was a champion. And then here, and then Triple H, she can't even get out of the wide 6 vortex and wrestle. Except house shows. Get out of here. Anyway, best match of the year. The manager's seen it fall off horrendously. And AEW trying to bring it back, but in WWE, there's only like 3 managers, maybe 4. And those 3 are the wise men, of course. I guess we can kind of count Zelina-ish. And then that's about it. Yeah, I can't even think of no other managers. And they got more GMs. They have managers. That's weird. It's F. But whatever. So I guess we'll get a nod to Don Callis. Because, I mean, his contest is what? Abrahantes, and we ain't see him in a minute. I know we see him in the pre-show, but we ain't seen him in a minute before that. Abrahantes, he ain't got much comp. I mean, Jake Snake Rollins don't even be there. So, well, he's not even a factor. Mother Wayne was a consideration, but ever since Nick Wayne broke his foot, she been kind of disappeared. She didn't do much. She was just like, hi. She's like tall eye candy, so we'll give her that. And then, so we get Don Callis, because he got a whole football team. You could start a whole football team if you wanted to. A defense or offense. So, yeah, so we get Don Callis a W. And last 2 wrestling podcasts of the year, Roundtable Wrestling, because we're the most dynamic wrestling podcast between 3 old geezers and 1 young bull. Try to figure out the more wrestling history and or current stuff, and we give our perspectives and takes. And the upcoming podcast of the year, of course, the D-Lo Show. Of course, we always gonna get them coming, but another one's coming on the mix. The future is now. Your boy Shad. Excuse me. We section off our sports talk and his passion of sports cars and his unfathomable amount of sports cards and my little group of sports cards. And we are going to come through with our mix of sports cards, talk a little about what they have induced. I got a few more, but I got to look at them more. But we're going to look to see if we get more, find more in my other room. If I can do that, maybe we can get some business. I got one other card that has not been opened yet, so I'm going to open that. And toodaloo. So, And we're coming out with our first episode the new year. I'm trying to figure out how we can upload and do all this stuff because this Chrome is limiting. So I just ready to look at that. But anyway, thank you 2025. I will give you the positives and negatives later on today. And to that, be well, stay safe, survive, advance. And I'll see you around this next dance.